In this video, we are going to learn about the differences between rote learning and meaningful learning. So the first point is under rote learning, a process in which there is no full involvement of the learner. Under meaningful learning, a process that takes place with the full involvement of the learner. So this is very true because in rote learning, there won't be full involvement of the learner because the learner is not understanding the topic that has been taught, is simply going to by heart that particular topic. Whatever is there, whatever content is there under the topic, the learner is simply going to by heart it, is not understanding. So definitely when you're not understanding something, you won't show full involvement in it. You'll simply by heart something, come and write something. Whereas in meaningful learning, full involvement will be there because you're understanding the topic. When you understand the topic, you will get some doubts. When you get doubts, you will, visit various websites in order to make sure that you understand the topic completely and your doubts get clarified completely and you get a proper knowledge on the topic without having any doubts in it. So full involvement you will be showing because you want every single statement about the topic to be properly known by you. So for that you will show full involvement. Whereas in rote learning, since you are blindly by-hearting it, you won't show any involvement. You won't show much involvement. You'll just simply by-heart come and write it in the exam. This is the first point. The second point is what is taught will be repeated verbatim. Here, whatever is taught will be expressed by the learners in their own individual style. Yes, in rote learning, whatever is taught, exactly the same words you will be writing in your exam paper. Exact same words. Whatever is there in your textbook, the exact same words you will be writing in the examination because you didn't understand that. You have just by-hearted it. So whatever you have by-hearted, you will just come and write it exactly without any change in the words. Whereas meaningful learning, you have understood what the topic is completely. So you will write it in your own style. You have understood. So definitely you will also relate it with the real life examples. And you will also write examples and explain those examples. And you will also write every point what you have understood neatly. And the style of presenting will also be more nice for the teachers to correct because the teacher will clearly get to know that you have understood and written. Because by reading itself, the teacher will get to know that yes, this student has understood the topic very well because you're giving some good examples also and you're also writing an answer with great flow. Whatever comes to your mind regarding that topic, you write it properly in the form of a sentence. So in this, your own individual style of writing can be shown because you have understood the topic, you will write it with great flow. But here you have not understood the topic in rote learning. So definitely whatever is there in the textbook, exact paragraph, we can find it in the answer sheet too. So this is about the second point. Next, the third point says that it is a process that takes place without participation of the learners. That is, it is non-participatory process. And under meaningful learning, it is a process that takes with the full participation of learners. Yes, in rote learning, the students will not participate because they don't understand anything. Now, if the teacher is teaching something, the rote learners, they don't understand anything. They are just simply sitting. Only when you understand, you will ask doubts. So when you don't understand, there is no chance for you to participate. So you'll just sit and listen to what the teacher is saying and you'll move out. Whereas in meaningful learning, there will be participation because you're able to understand the topic. So you'll get some doubts in the topic. When you get doubts, you will participate in the class. You will interact with the teacher. You will ask doubts to the teacher and the teacher will give you answers for it. So here interaction is there. That is participation of the learners is there with the teacher. Or even when you get doubts, you will also ask to your friends. You will participate in the classroom activity. Whereas in rote learning, since you're not understanding anything, you won't get any doubts, so you won't be asking to your friends or to the teacher. So this is about the third point. Next, the fourth point is matter learned will be recalled as fragmented pieces, and under meaningful learning, what were taught are being expressed back in letter and spirit. So yes, so when you're recalling what you learned under rote learning, when you recall and see, you will remember only few words of the answer because you didn't understand it, right? So you'll be remembering only few words which you by-hearted. From the content that you by-hearted, you will remember only few words when you recall and see. Whereas in meaningful learning, you will be able to express everything that you learned in your own language, in your own words. You'll be able to express what you learned when you recall and see. This is about the fourth point. Next, interest in learning decreases is the fifth point under rote learning. And under meaningful learning, interest in learning increases more and more. Yes, when you're simply by-hearting without any understanding, the interest in learning will not be there. The interest will go down. Like you won't get interested in learning that because you are simply by-hearting the content without any understanding. So you won't have any interest in learning. But when you understand and learn, you will have more interest. When you're learning something with proper meaning, by understanding its meaning, you will definitely have interest to know more about the topic and also to learn some real life examples. You'll show in more interest. So this is about the fifth point. Next, if you see, learning of students fully depends upon the teacher, and here learning increases the independent functioning of the learner. This is very true because in rote learning, the teacher only is the main person. So the learners, they will completely depend only on the teacher for the content because teacher is the person who will be providing you the content for every subject and for every chapter. The question and answers will be provided by the teacher only. So the students will be fully dependent on the teacher. Only if you get the material, you will be able to by-heart that and reproduce in the exam. So teacher plays the vital role in rote learning. Whereas in meaningful learning, independent learning can be done. Even without the help of a teacher, you can go and search in many websites or you can refer many textbooks and learn on your own by understanding the meaning. So here you are learning independently without the help of others. But here you are dependent on the teacher. Next, the last point is the output of learning will be less than the input. Definitely yes. Now in the textbook, for a topic, if the content is there for 3 pages, you might get bored of by-hearting 3 pages because you are not able to by-heart 3 pages. So you will by-heart only 2 pages and go and write. So here the input is having 3 pages, but the output that you give in the exam will be only 2 pages. Whereas here the output of learning will always be equal or more than the input. Because here you are understanding the meaning and learning, so you will not forget in the exam. So you will always write more than what you have learned. You will give more examples of what you have learned because you know the meaning of the content. You know the meaning of that topic. So you can also think of some new points in the spot, like in the spot of the examination time, and also write extra. So more output you will be giving even though the input is less. So this is about the differences between rote learning and meaningful learning. I hope you have understood. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends.